I got that notification.
Nice. Now we're live. All right. Welcome back to the iFilmmaker podcast. My name's Ariel Martinez, Mr. Ceratelli with us. How are you, buddy?
Good as always. And you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just been doing a lot of editing lately these days, and spending a lot of money, especially for the holidays. Mostly, it sucks, spending all the money that I am for family and friends and whatnot, and not being able to get. I mean, I already treated myself through Black Friday, so I shouldn't be complaining. But yeah,
the gifts will come your way.
Yep, they will. They will. What about you? Have you spent a lot of money on gifts or stuff? Or
yeah, I actually just did most of my shopping this weekend, all online. It was snowing here on Saturday.
Okay.
So there was nowhere to go. It's a good day to stay in and finish up some. I've been trying to do a lot of YouTube stuff just to kind of knock out the rest of this year, so I don't have to worry about it through the holidays. And I'm almost there. I got a couple more to do, but I have them. Some of them I write, some of them I don't. I'm getting better at not writing them. Excuse me. But it depends what the topic is. If I need to be very particular and I don't want to mess up the content and the info that I'm trying to get across, I'll write them so that I can kind of read them back and make sure all that's correct. But some of them I don't have to. So I have a mix of that, and I'm finishing that up. So I did a lot of that this weekend and a lot of shopping online. So I'm almost there. I think I got like 2 gifts left.
Very cool. Hey, let me ask you, how's the weather over there in Jersey?
It's cold. It's cold. Yeah.
So I think everybody here in Miami is pretty happy that this is probably one of the coldest winters we've had in such a long time. And it's so funny to say that because we wake up and it's 50, but we don't expect that. We've never that's not normal at all. Even for winter season, it's not normal in Miami for a very long time now. And now we've been able to experience that. So it's getting pretty chilly. Last night, everyone had to pull out their good sweaters for winter, which is never worn here. So that's pretty cool, pretty interesting.
It's I haven't even looked at the temperature. I just know it's cold because it's snowing, and every time I step outside, I need to bundle up. But it's 40 right now, 38 low tonight. So tomorrow's going to actually be warm. It's going to be 48 and rainy. But then it goes down to 25, and then the next few days are 34, 34, 32, 39.
Yeah, it's so funny because last night was like probably one of the coldest nights, and it was like 45, 50. And you're telling me it's warm at 40, 45.
Yep.
But yeah, no, 45 is actually very cold here in Miami for us Miamians.
Yeah.
It's so hilarious how that works. All right. So I was finally able to take a look at a lot of the footage from Zion, our short film. For the most part, it all looks fantastic. Really, really good stuff. I actually still have the project open because it took a long time to link all the footage and all that stuff. I saw that you already had it linked, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It should have opened up right. If
it did.
Yeah, cool.
It did. It was just processing all the audio files. You know how it does that, all that for the most part. So that's pretty good. So we're still moving on that.
And what I'll do is I'll send you, because I've kind of gone through now and chopped up the interviews and piece those out, so we have our selects.
Yeah,
I can then send you a new project file, and that'll all be updated. So that's pretty cool.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah. Awesome. So for those of you guys that are tuning in live, we thank you and we welcome you for joining us. If you did not get the notification, it's because you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the iFilmmaker YouTube channel. You'll get a notification every time we go live, and you guys can join the conversation. So anyways, so today I thought it'd be a good idea. I received a question from on Instagram, basically asking how we deliver our products, how we deliver our videos to our clients, how we go back and forth and handle that sort of stuff, because apparently it was, sometimes videos are way too big to deliver in some other aspects. So I guess I thought we could have a cool discussion of what you do, what I do.
Yeah.
What options are there?
Yep.
and how each option best suits individuals.
Sure.
So I guess to start off, I'm a I think I use 90% of my stuff is all done through Dropbox.
Yeah.
You know, and there's several different services, like, you know, just like Dropbox. There's also Google Drive.
Mhm.
I think
I've
there's
used
OneDrive. I think it's from Microsoft, or OneCloud. I think it's OneDrive from Microsoft. They have that.
I've used
Which other ones do you have?
Box, just Box. I think it's
Okay.
Box.com. Box, WeTransfer. The reason I'll end up using, I also use Dropbox most of the time. The reason I would use these other ones is sometimes that companies come to me and say, "Can you please upload it into our folder via this, file transfer
Like
site?"
an FTP type deal.
Yeah. So, but yeah, but even if it's like Box instead of Dropbox, they want to use Box. For example, when I work with Walmart, they somehow have some sort of firewall. I don't know if my computer's on back there. Sorry. They somehow have some sort of firewall that blocks Dropbox. So I have to use Box or whatever else they ask me to, and usually for them it's Box. We have Danny on here on YouTube saying he uses Metazilla. I've never heard of that one. Although I've never heard of the one you said, the OneDrive either, or one whatever.
Yeah, OneDrive is like another Dropbox type deal, but it's from, you get that with usually with the subscription to the Microsoft Office and all that stuff, and they give you some storage space in there. I think the most popular ones are either Dropbox or Google Drive, right? But in terms of
Mediazilla, he says. I read it exactly how he wrote it. Metazilla. He says it's Mediazilla, it's called.
Okay.
See, I told you I never heard of it.
I've heard of FileZilla. FileZilla is the one that I use when broadcast channels, TV channels, when I deliver for TV ads, they have me upload it directly into their server, and they're basically grabbing it from there. But that's only when it's specifically requested. I rather not. That's a process. What I usually do is I have my Dropbox integrated with my computer. And I select one of my drives, preferably a drive that can handle a lot of stuff, a lot of storage space, and I basically just, export directly to that drive. I export in a separate folder specifically for that client, and I'll send that link. I just get the file that was exported, right click on it, copy Dropbox link, and that's it. And I'll paste it in an email for them to have.
Now let me ask you this then. So I know that I've had people come to me and say, I'll put a file up on Dropbox and they'll be like, "Oh, it's sticky. It's skipping. It's not playing through smoothly. Is there something wrong with the file?" And just note that Dropbox is not a media player by any means. So
it does have one though.
It does, but it's not good. It's not good at all. It's very sticky.
Yeah. Whenever a client comes back and says that it's very glitchy, I always tell them, well, you have to download it then.
So for those purposes, for those reasons, like to show somebody something, I'm definitely a Vimeo guy. I'll go on there and password protect it to send them files to look at. But then also, which I'm getting into more recently, is Frame.io, which is an Adobe extension. It plugs into Premiere and After Effects, and what's cool is you can collaborate with other creators, but then you can also send out a link, whether it's password protected or not, whatever. You could send out a link to someone just to watch the file as well. So that's a pretty cool one, and it's
tell me more about that one, because I was actually thinking about getting that, because I like the collaboration feature for us to do on Zion, and I was thinking about that, but I'm not always, this is my first of almost no projects that I collaborate with like that. But if it also has that feature where I can send a link to a client and they can check that out, how does that work?
So I'll start. I guess I'll elaborate a little more than just on that part. But you can, like we were just talking about, collaborate with other creators. So myself, yourself, we can get on the same project, and when let's say upload a cut, it will automatically notify you There's also an app that goes along with it. So it might notify you on your phone. It might notify you through email. You can then go on there and watch back the cut, and you can go make a note. Let's say at like 2 minutes and 3 seconds, you see something and you just start typing. When you push enter to send the note at that time, it marks the time code. So I see that you wrote it there. You can also like draw on the frame. So you could point to something and be like, hey, we need to take this, we need to like blur this out or something, you know? You can make notes like that. And so there's all kinds of ways to collaborate. So you can get your producer, your director, your editor, your colorist, you can all get on there. And there's also different levels of I don't want to say membership, but like there's a team leader. You can also bring in people as teammates or collaborators. So there's just, I don't know the exact, pros and cons is not the right word, but I don't know what permissions is the word I'm looking for. I don't know the exact permissions that the team members get versus the collaborators just yet. I'm still learning. But I know team members can see everything in any project. And then let's say me and you were a production company together. We would have an account. We'd both be team members. And then when we work with other people, we add them as collaborators. So they can only be in on that project or whatever project we allow them to be. So then from there, you can, once you're in the project, you can create a link that's password protected. You can create one that expires, which is pretty cool, and send it to people to just to view, so that they're not necessarily in on the project within Frame.io. They're just in on that link and to be able to see that cut, just like you'd be sending it on Vimeo.
And the does it put your watermark on there, or how do you just send them that link?
Yeah, there's watermark. I don't know about the watermark. You might have to add that yourself.
Got it.
It's a good question. There might be an option for that, but I don't know the answer. And then it's the same thing as Vimeo. Like I said, you create a link like within Frame.io, which you can open within Premiere. You do have to download a little separate extension, but then it opens right up in Premiere. And with all in there, you have all your options. It's just kind of like a little drop-down menu, and you can click it and it creates a link or any of those sort of things. We are getting a couple questions here on.
Yeah, I wanted to go ahead and address a couple of these questions here on the chat room. So for my Dropbox, they're asking how much storage do I have in my Dropbox. I basically I have basically what I call unlimited. I just throw pretty much everything on there, but I'm a special case because I have a friend of mine that owns an IT company, and he had a license that he gave me. This was like several years ago. He gave me one of his licenses for Dropbox, which was a partner of his through his company, and with that license, I was able to have unlimited storage basically. So I pretty much lucked out on that. But let's go ahead and
so I pay $9.99 a month, and I get I get a terabyte of storage, and I mean you can easily put things on and take things off. So I'll leave them up for clients for a little while, but eventually I can take it down anyways. I'm actually looking right now because I wasn't sure my exact plan, and I'm at 65 gigabytes of a terabyte. So like usually I'm just uploading the final product. I'm not generally uploading a whole set of files that I shot. I have done that before where I had to upload everything I shot for the day to Dropbox. They downloaded them, but then I took them right off. So they didn't clog up the space. So $9.99 a month is what I pay. And it's plenty of room for me. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. Another reason why it's also, I do a lot of stuff for my church as well. So, and he's from my church. So we do a lot of projects there where I share a lot of files and whatnot. Sometimes I just deliver raw footage, not raw as in raw files, but like just the footage that was recorded as is what I mean by raw. So what other and do you find the 1 terabyte is more than enough for you, or
on Dropbox?
Yeah.
I haven't had any issues with that. I mean,
yeah, man,
if I'm uploading stuff that is anywhere near a terabyte, I'd rather send them a drive. Like that's just going to take forever. days probably. I mean, and I have fast internet. It just takes too long. So I have to upload it. And, I mean, so unless they're overseas or something, and it's just like, yeah, we're not going to send a drive. That's going to be, but that doesn't happen to me. So yeah, generally, if I'm uploading something, it's not going to be terribly huge, and a terabyte's way more than enough. Like I said, right now, I've been using it. I don't even know how long I've had it, and I have 65 gigabytes in use right now for current stuff or stuff I'm leaving up there. But I rotate stuff up and down, so it's not a problem. Terabyte's fine.
It's funny. I'm looking right now, and apparently I'm using like 8-9 terabytes of my Dropbox, but that's because
9 terabytes.
Yeah, but that's because I know that I have unlimited space, so I just take advantage of it. I have it all on one big drive. But the cool thing about that is that if there's some things that I just want to archive and I don't, you know, I can just unlink it from my drive. I don't. It's actually running off of on my computer right now, accessible through a folder that I can quickly click on.
Yep.
I think I have about 1.5 terabytes, 2 terabytes.
So wait, do you link it to a hard drive and it automatically like uploads it when you put stuff on there?
Yep.
Oh, wow, yeah, I don't do that. I pick and choose.
Oh man, you're missing out, dude.
Well, that's great if you have 9 terabytes of space to play with.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It just makes things so much easier.
But like, I only upload generally final products or cuts.
Okay.
So like I don't know what else I would.
That's pretty much all I do as well. But you know, also I also have. Let me take a look at it, because I know that I deliver products, and I probably still have things there that I delivered to clients like a year ago, like raw footage from a shoot that I did a year ago. And it's as simple as I actually run out of space on that disk, on that drive, quite frequently, and all I do is I just unlink the stuff that I don't use anymore,
right?
And I just leave it in the Dropbox, but it's off my drive. Yeah, I mean, this is stuff that has been here for 2 years now that I can already go ahead and unlink, you know, raw footage, just raw footage from a bunch of different things behind the scenes. A lot of stuff, man, a lot of different stuff.
I haven't jumped on the iCloud, or I shouldn't say iCloud, just the cloud train yet, where everything I have is on the cloud. I have hard drives everywhere. I have a 20 gigabyte RAID drive. Yeah, I have 3 8 terabytes that I have like 10 5 terabytes. But I back up things. I back up everything 3 times. I keep everything that I need on the RAID, and every year I'll do a whole drive of stuff. But then I back it up again. I put it in a safe. I back it up again, and I put it at my office. So in case there's a fire or something, but I'm so nervous, and it's irreplaceable. Like you can't do all that time and effort you put in if you lose it. But I should get on the cloud train, right? Because I don't have to keep doing that.
To be honest with you, it's easier for me to. It's easier said than done. I obviously can't talk because I've had it made with that. I've been spoiled with the cloud storage that my friend gave me. That a friend gave me, so I've just never had to worry about that. It's funny because Danny here on the chat is saying that I don't believe in hard drives. It's quite the opposite. I don't take advantage of it enough, right? So I don't back up my stuff. All my stuff, like the stuff that I'm working on right now, I keep it on drives.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about getting like a big RAID and putting my Dropbox on that, so that if that ever goes away, it's all safe in the cloud, you know. But the stuff that I work on currently, it's not on. I don't put it in Dropbox because I just put it on on my G drives here that I have. I have like I think on here physically I have like 6 5 terabyte drives, 1 6 terabyte drive, and I just keep getting those as I continue to work. Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's usually what I work off of, and only one internal drive, which I told you is like actually I think it's a 1 terabyte. That is inside the computer. That one is the one that's connected to my Dropbox, and that's what I use, like I told you, for deliverables and all that stuff. But I've been using that for years and years, and it's just things that I have to unlink again. And so, for me, it's the easiest thing to do it that way. And honestly, I don't make it unavailable ever. I keep like drafts 1, 2, 3, 4 until I get the final draft and I deliver the final product is in that same folder.
Yeah.
All I do though, I just do highly compress the files.
Right.
The quality would be good enough to at least make out what it is. Obviously, they could see it on their phone and see,
but they wouldn't want to use it.
Right, they would not want to use it for sure. There is stuff that more like
that's why I put it on Vimeo. Sorry, go ahead, finish.
Yeah, so for a 5-minute video that I'm delivering, I'll compress the crap out of that, and basically the end product is gonna be like between 50 to 100 megabits per second. So basically, it's such a compressed file that you can't really do anything. I can send it to you through text message. The high quality stuff is usually starts at 1 gigabyte. Usually, it depends on how high quality I deliver it, but I don't deliver stuff that's quality good enough that anybody would want to upload. And that way I just don't put watermarks or anything like that. I think watermarks are distracting.
Yeah, I don't put them either, but that's why I upload them on Vimeo and I make them non-downloadable. So they can't download them, they could just watch them. And then I don't want them to even have an option of downloading. Even if it's a low res, I don't want them to have the option of downloading that's something that's not the final copy. So I don't put anything on Dropbox till it's the final copy. So that's how I deliver it. And until then, I'm working through Vimeo usually.
But Vimeo also has a panel right in Premiere, right?
Yeah, they do.
Is that what you use?
I don't. I'm old school. I just go to it and upload it when I'm ready. I don't want it to do anything automatically when I'm not ready for it. I just like to make sure everything's the way I want it.
I have that feature also because I have my paid Vimeo account, but I don't. I just think it's an extra step.
It is an extra step. I'm not going to argue with that, but it's just
that's why having my Dropbox synced with my folder, I just export directly to the folder that I'm going to use and it automatically, as soon as it exports, it's uploading directly. And then when you get that green check mark next to it,
for me, even after I export it, I have to watch it before I put it up. Like, you know what I mean? But you said yours is uploading as it's doing it. So like, I wouldn't be comfortable with that. Do they have access to the folder?
No, absolutely
not until you, share it.
I can still show it and they don't have access until I send them that link.
Sure.
So basically what I do is I right click on the file and then it has the option that says copy Dropbox link.
Yep.
And that's it. It's copied to my clipboard.
Sometimes I share folders with the clients because we're transferring assets back and forth. So if I upload something, I don't think it alerts them, but they have access to the folder at all times.
No. I just send it to them as they need. That's the thing. I don't, because I've had that issue before where I give them access to the folder, just like you said, but they have no idea how that works. And then they start removing videos from the folder, not knowing that it removes it from the drive.
Yeah.
And then they say, hey, the link is not usable anymore. I'm like, yeah, well, you removed it. But see, I can't expect them to know that. So I have to just send them an individual link.
But it is a great way to share files or assets. So like if you got to transfer graphics back and forth, that's a cool way to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Just an hour ago, I delivered a FIU, the first draft for their mini doc. Actually, I'm sorry, it was a fourth draft. They needed to get that approved by Chase. TD, Chase and Co and whatnot, and they asked me, could we just forward them this link? I said, yeah, not a problem. If they would have had access to that, they would have messed up the entire order of what I just did there. Even if they go in and change the name inside the file, that link that I send them doesn't even work anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I was to go and change the name after I send them the link, if I change the name of the file, that link is unusable anymore.
Right. Yeah.
But see, I understand that, so I'd never change the name. I cannot expect my client to know that.
There's a couple of things here on YouTube. Danny's saying solid state, no more hard drives. I mean, Danny, if you want to throw me some money to buy all solid states, I'm all about that.
Yeah, solid states
so expensive. Yeah. But maybe they're going to come down for sure. So maybe when cloud is fully operational and everything could be put on the cloud, maybe solid states will be more affordable. But for now, I'm going hard drives, that's for sure.
Yeah, right now, for delivering raw footage, when I shoot, I never have a problem with it doing it through Dropbox. First of all, I prefer it for me because it's unlimited space. So it's funny because all my clients always ask if that's going to cost extra. I said, no, don't worry about it. So I can offer that, at no extra charge. It's an extra service that I can give them. But you know, when it passes a certain amount, if I'm only shooting HD and I know it's less than 100 gigs, you know, even actually no, I think the most I've ever delivered was like 300 or 400 gigabytes, the most I've ever done. And that was just, I left it uploading overnight. It was done in the morning.
Yeah.
And basically I sent them the link, and that's pretty much it. And it works perfect for me. It works perfect for me. I've never had an issue with that. But for bigger files, like a terabyte, like the Zion project that we just did, we had to do drives because these are raw files. We're not going to go through that headache of uploading then downloading. That's just ridiculous.
You know what, too, and this is a good topic for, this is a question I have, because I've tried to upload complete projects, let's say, to Dropbox, and I can't select a folder to upload. You have to upload the physical files. So could you imagine trying to upload a red files, because you have to go in,
files.
yeah, you have to go into the whatever they are. Man, I can't decipher them this quickly. I'd have to look, but the red folder, then you have all the R3D files within the folder, which is, if you do proxies, they're in there too. If you have a LUT on it, that's in there too. But each clip, each time you push record, it creates a new folder. So if you were to try to upload those on Dropbox, you'd have to create a new folder every time and put each one. That would take you a year to do what we just did, to create every folder for every shot. So I don't even know how that works for. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I've tried to select a folder to upload everything within the folder. So if it's like the project folder, it uploads all the footage, it uploads all the project files, which are in other folders. I don't think you can do that. I think you have to go down as far as you can go, upload that, and then create a folder for it. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can always just if there's folders within folders within folders, then it becomes a huge headache. But
Right.
what I usually do for that, I'll create the same exact folder inside of Dropbox, and then go inside of that folder inside of Dropbox, then highlight everything that I need to put in there, and just drag it over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only things I've had to upload as far like as footage is if I shot on my A7S II or something, but all of those files are in one folder when you bring it in, you know? So our 3D files are in all different folders. So I think that's just almost impossible, and there would take you a really long time. So that's why we shipped it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So what other methods for delivery are there? So I think I'm gonna take a closer look at Frame.io,
Mm-hmm.
like you mentioned earlier, and I might just, I don't know, I might take a look at it. So let's say a client wants to make a change.
Mm-hmm.
Is it easy? Like, I'm not gonna expect them to know how to handle Frame.io, because most of the time I think my clients are gonna be looking at my stuff through their phone.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a platform on their phone that they can use to make those changes and make those?
Yeah, Frame.io has their own app. But now this is the thing, nobody knows what it is, right? So They have to sign up and they have to download it. But if they do, as soon as you upload something, it would notify them. You don't even have to send them an email. Like, it would notify them. It keeps each version. So it gets categorized in each version. They can then go on there, like I said, watch it through. They could make a note right as it happens, so they don't have to like write you an email. So it is actually really great if they're willing to get on it. So it just depends who your client is. And then you can add anyone you want as a collaborator. You can put as many emails on there as you want. So they just have to have an account, which is, I mean, free to sign up. And then cost of Frame.io, by the way, is you get 2 gigabytes for free. So if you're just uploading like final, like cuts, drafts, whatever you want to call them, that eventually, I mean, that could easily take up the whole 2 gigabytes, right?
Right.
The lowest, I think the lowest is $25 a month, and you get 1 team member and up to like 20 collaborators. So like if you're running the projects, you can then have 20 collaborators under you. I think the next one is $50 a month, and you can get 5 team members and like, I don't know, 50 or 100 collaborators. You have to look, but it is very much a corporate, I don't want to say corporate, like a company extension or program, or it's meant to be used by,
Right.
like, if we were a company and we had an editor and we had a producer, and it would be so easy for us to all be on the same page if we all were kind of tapped into this app and you're all working together on the same projects all the time. It'll be cool for us to work with Zion for this project, but like, I think in general, it's more of a business oriented platform.
Yeah. Let me just clarify something real quick, or just correct you real quick. So
Sure.
the starter plan for Frame.io is $15 a month, and that includes 3 projects, 10 gigabytes of storage, and 10 collaborators. No team members. The professional plan is unlimited. Is $25 a month. Is unlimited projects, 50 gigabytes of storage, and 25 collaborators. Still says no team members. I think the team members start at company plans. So the company plans start at $50 a month. That's unlimited projects, 100 gigabytes of storage, 50 collaborators, and 5 team members. The business plan is $150, unlimited projects, 400 gigabytes of storage, unlimited collaborators, and 15 team members. So a team member would be what, you and me? Or
yeah, so a collaborator, again, has limited permissions, right? They can't tap into every project you have going. They can't. We'd have to look it up on there. There are differences in what they can do. So the team members have access to everything, and then you could even set certain team members to have access to the administrative stuff, so like billing and all that. So again, within the company, maybe only 1 or 2 people have that. Then within the company, everyone's a team member. And then anyone you're bringing in for that project on the outside is a collaborator. So, cool. But there definitely is the free one as well. That's 2 gigabytes for sure. That's below the $15 plan.
Yeah,
so you can sign up and play with it to see, but you're limited.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it says at the bottom here. It's funny how they don't show you this off the bat. It says try Frame.io for free, 1 project with 2 gigabytes of storage. So you guys can try that out. By the way, we're just talking a lot about this, but we're not getting paid by anybody to talk about this stuff. This is just stuff that we do and we use. Just putting that out there.
Yeah. Be nice if they paid us, but yeah.
It would be nice. So I don't know. I feel like I'm missing one. Another service. I might just be thinking about Frame.io. It might just be the same one, because I remember one a while back that I considered, and but yeah.
Yeah, those are the ones I use. So I'm sure there's others that we're not mentioning, but
there you go. Danny just brought it up. Adobe Cloud.
Adobe Cloud.
Adobe Cloud. So the Creative Cloud. I've never used it. I've never used it in a collaborative fashion. So I'm not quite sure how that works. Maybe we'll get that information and talk about it in a future episode. But I know that that is an option that Adobe now offers through the Creative Cloud to be collaborating with other Adobe users, and it seems pretty attractive. But is that you over there, man?
Oh yeah, I was like, what do you? I didn't even notice till you said that. I was looking around, like my phone ringing. Yeah, that's outside.
Yeah.
Fire trucks. Did you see that? I mean, I don't even want to talk about this stuff that's going on in the world today. Let's pass on that. But
the whole New York thing.
Yeah,
that was sad, man. Crazy. Just gotta pray for that. You gotta pray for the world.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I think that's gonna bring us to the end of this episode. I think it was really good to talk about this stuff. Unless we missed anything, I think we covered our storages, what we do for storage, how we deliver our final product. I take the route of basically uploading through the integrated Dropbox on my drives. I just put it on Dropbox and send them a quick Dropbox link. You send it through Vimeo, which I think is a good service, and I think that they're actually upping their game on that. They're adding other things like that as well. I think Vimeo is a good way to do that, and there's also the option of integrating Vimeo with your Adobe Premiere interface. It gives you a whole panel there to use. So that's pretty cool. And you got the OneDrive, you got the Google Drive. There's a bunch of cloud-based drives that you can do. And for the most part, a lot of those you can integrate through your physical hard drives and attach it there. and pretty much use it. Like I know Google Drive does the same exact thing. You could use it just like I use my Dropbox. And I don't know what other drives do that. But all right, man.
Yep.
I think we're good. So thank you guys for joining us in. That those of you that tuned in live, and for those of you that did not tune in live, are listening to this on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and other platforms, we invite you to go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe so you can get notifications when we go live to record these episodes. Join the conversation, just like Danny Mirabal was all over this place, sending in his comments and questions. Thanks, buddy, for joining us in, here, and be a part of the conversation. Steer the conversation. Let us know what you guys want to hear, what we do, how we do it, and then we'd like to hear your feedback on that. We're, again, like as I mentioned, we're on iTunes, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, iFilmmaker podcast, Jersey Filmmaker, ArielMartinez.tv, all that stuff. You can find it on our social media or just on the website. We have links to all that stuff over at iFilmmakerpodcast.com. All right, man. I think that's it.
Yeah, be sure to tune into my channel tomorrow on YouTube. I'm finally releasing the behind the scenes for our documentary shoot. So there's going to be some cool stuff on there to show how that day went, and the gear we used, and just everything we did. It's going to be a good one. So check that out.
Cool, man. All right, buddy. So until next time.
Yep.
See you guys on the next episode. Later.
Later.